And so this presentation will have 3 sections. The first section will simply be to talk about music teaching in general. The second will be a presentation from Teresa about Reggio. And then the third will be how we bring the two together. So first I want to talk about teaching music in general. And this is for music teachers and for parents. For music teachers to be able to talk about what they do in a way that's a little bit clearer for administrators and for parents and for just general stakeholders and people who are interested in music, so that we're not having an assumption about what we do and then they have an assumption about what we do and then it crosses. To start, I gave this presentation to teachers at this school earlier in the year, and I asked them the question about getting babies to sleep. Oh, well, there's also going to be some music taking place. And so before I start talking about my question about babies' sleep, I'd like to teach you a song. And if this makes you at all nervous, you don't have to sing. But I'm going to sing a song for you. And the song goes like this, and I want you to listen because I will sing it again and you're invited to sing after me. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. The pigs are in the bean patch, the cows are in the clover. The ducks are in the water space, the calf is in the long grass. So big my baby is, Papa Yeva. Are you ready to sing? So the good news is you see part 1. We're going to be listening to the song quite a lot, and even at the end you don't have to know the song. But I want you to repeat, just sing whatever you can remember, and if that's nothing, you can hum or you can just watch me and smile nervously. Either way, it's fine. Here I go. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. The pigs are in the bean patch, the cows are in the clover. The ducks are in the water place, the calf is in the long grass. So big my baby is, Papa Javon. Good, so I see you bobbing your head and I see the wheels turning, that's great. Thank you. We will come back to this song. I definitely wanted to throw it at you like that for a reason. So now the question I asked them is, how do you get a child to sleep? We all know that sleep is very important for babies. They need it, right? It's absolutely essential for their cognitive development. We know it's important. So the question I posed to the teachers was, what are we waiting for? Why don't we figure out a way to make sure we can get babies to sleep in 15 seconds? Let's do the science, right? Let's get in there. Let's figure it out so that as soon as a caregiver picks up a child, they know exactly what they need to do to get that child to sleep. No messing around, right? What do you think about that idea?
15 seconds?
Yeah. Let's do the science. Let's get the research. Let's get in there because we know sleep's important. So we want to make sure that those people can get those children to sleep immediately for however long they want to get them to sleep.
Well, every child's different, so they'll need different methods used to get them to sleep.
But that's no good. That's inefficient. We need the children to go to sleep. So, no, you don't like that approach?
No.
Well, of course, it seems like madness, doesn't it? Yeah. So what happens with, music classes? We have people come and say, well, we want this for our music class. Can you make sure the music class does this for the children? Can you make sure it does that for the children? And it's very hard for music teachers sometimes to be able to articulate why we shouldn't dictate the terms of a music class. Well, can't we talk about science? Can't you sing more songs about science? Can't you teach them how to read and write? Can't you, sing a song about Johnny can write this? Well, yeah, we could do that, but what's lost in that process? What's inherent in a music class that's of value? Why, in fact, does play work better than explicit instruction sometimes? There's always time for explicit instruction. I'm a piano teacher. In my piano lessons, one-on-one, I do give explicit instruction to the children about how I want them to hold their hands, what I want them to do, and it works. But it's a different situation when we're talking about 2- and 3-year-olds, perhaps, when we're talking about older children in groups. So what's going on in a play situation? Let's start with this question. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
How would you explain to a 2-year-old how to count from 1 to 9? Let's say this was important to you. You wanted them to at least have the concept. 2 is very young for this.
Sorry,
but let's say you wanted them to know. Be careful, Teresa, because now you might be blocking your camera.
Oh, sorry.
How do you explain? Any ideas about how we might teach a child to count from 1 to 9? at 2, or just introduce the subject?
Engage their bodies. So maybe have them jump up and down while you're counting,
Yeah.
and then they'll usually start to mimic you if that's what you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, great. Any other ideas?
Have 9 things.
Have 9 things. Yeah, but now that's just going to have, there'll be a lot of things. How do you get them to count to 9 with that?
You have to model that.
Well, you could start with one thing and then add another. Yeah. Any other ideas?
Well, I remember when I was caring for my little granddaughter, I had a bad knee. So when I'd take her out, go down the stairs, and we'd count going down the stairs in rhythm.
That's great.
Or I'd do a jump rope rhyme or something, but counting.
Yeah, it's the stairs too I like because it's a place we go all the time, and so you can start to associate counting with the stairs. I used to wonder when I was a kid how many stairs there were, and is it the same for every staircase? So this is good. Yeah, so great. All of this is very play-based, and I really like it. Time to sing the song again. So we have a problem with this song. It's very long and it's very complicated. Let's listen again. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. The pigs are in the bean patch, the cows are in the clover. The ducks are in the water place, the calf is in the long grass. So big my baby's Papa Java. It's more than my brain could keep. I had to work very hard to memorize it, but you've heard it a couple times. You've heard it once. It's a lot. What, off the top of your heads, what are some ideas you can think of that would help us learn this song better? What would you like from me? How can I help you learn this song?
Like break it down and do repeat.
Okay.
The first section, and then maybe add on, or
Okay. 3 sections in the song,
Pictures.
basically. First section is trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. Then there's a catalog of animals. And then the end is so big my baby's Papa Java. So let's just start with the intro. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. Your turn, ready? Go. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. Good. Shall we do it one more time to cement it in our brain? 1, 2, ready, go. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. Good. Let's talk about the ending. And the ending sounds a lot like that. So big my baby's Papa Java. Can you sing that? Ready? Go. So big my baby's Papa Java. Java, Papa Java. I don't know where the song is from. I got it from one of Fire Robin's collections. But so big my baby's Papa Java. It's a little arc. Sing it with me. Ready? So big my baby is Papa Java. I'll sing the first part of the song and see if you can remember the second part. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. Here comes the last part. So big my baby is Papa Java. Good. Shall we do the first part and the last part together and then put the song to bed for a bit? 1, 2, ready, go. Trip-a-trop-a-tron, yes, up and down and over. Stop. And so big my baby is Papa Java. Good. And now we're going to let that rest because the rest is an important part of the learning process. Yeah? Okay. Sounding great. All right. I have a series of pictures for you. Now, if you want to actually play the game, there are boards and paper and pencil. Your job will be to memorize the following pictures and copy down as many as you want. And you're welcome to do this, or you're welcome to just look at the pictures and say, yeah, I could never do this, or I could do this. It's all up to you. But I'm only going to give you 1 second per picture, and you can't write while the pictures are on the screen. You have to look at them, memorize them, and then repeat. Get back as many as you can. All right? Good. We have lots of game players here. Awesome. You want to try? That's wonderful. Are you ready? Remember, you may not write until I say go. All right? Here we go. All right, go. How many can you get? Isn't this a fun workshop? I make you feel stupid?
Stressed out.
Right, you didn't know you were gonna get stressed out. When you're done, let me know. And yes, this was mean, and it's mean on purpose. It's mean on purpose. How'd you do? You done? How many did you get?
Well, you could pretty much just make up your own.
Yeah? Well, you know, I could have done this in a nicer way. What if I showed you this?
Okay, so look.
Good job.
Because I knew where you were going.
Right. So, if I wanted children to memorize those pictures, for whatever reason, which would be better? Forcing them to look at all the pictures individually like that, or showing them this? Because if they see this, if you see this, and then I take it away, think you might be able to reproduce the pictures now fairly easily? Yeah, you could just draw the picture and split it up, and then you got it. You've memorized 8 images, as opposed to having to memorize 8 images. Let's play another torturous game. Here are some words I'd like you to memorize. Please do not write them down until I'm done. Gold, woods, house, bowl, oatmeal, chair, bed, run. Go.
Oh.
Oh, you're thinking like I am again, aren't you? Yeah? Doing okay? How many did you get?
Gold, wood, house, bed, oatmeal, run.
Uh-huh. Oh, you missed bowl. I'm sorry. So, what if instead I put them all in a story called The Three Little Bears? Do you think it would be easier, for instance, for children to memorize these words because we want them to be part of our vocabulary, or for us to tell a story and then have them learn words from the story? Which do you think would be better? Oh, gosh, yeah. Right? But what happens sometimes in schools? Here are sight words. Here are the words of the day. Do you know these words? You don't? Little 2-3-year-olds are like, oh my God. Or you tell them the story and then they go home and they tell the parents the story. And they've not only memorized the words, but they've memorized the story. Which is a better outcome, right? So these play-based activities, they're not just because they're kids. They're not just fun. They're even better for you. The play ties it all together. It's essential. So again, remember what we're talking about here is how music teachers can talk about what they do in a way that is clear to non-music teachers and even maybe to other music teachers about why is it valuable what we're doing? Why, there was a time when music was in schools just because it was in there, because everybody had a sense that music was important. Now there were other things too. There were reasons that we have band programs and they were connected to things like, military and things like that. But there was a sense back in the day that music was important even if people couldn't articulate why. That sense has diminished now because the priority seems to be on cognitive skills and learning to read and write and learning to do math. And so we have to be able to explain our value or we just get cut. And that's happened. Music programs have vanished entirely from some schools because they couldn't be justified. Because it was seen as, it was appreciated but not valued. How do we value what we do? Time to sing. So we have this middle part, Trippa yes. I'm going to sing the whole song for you. See if you can pick up more of it, especially sing the parts that you know. That's the important part. Don't worry about the part you don't know. Sing the parts you know and have some fun, and see if the rest of it starts to come. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Trippa-trappa-tron, yes. Up and down and over. The pigs are in the bean patch. The cows are in the clover. The ducks are in the water place. The calf is in the long grass. So big my baby is, Papa Java. You notice you didn't forget the beginning and the ending, right? And that's because we sang it, and we had some fun with it, and we laughed. And we have this middle part, and that's the most stressful part, right? So what are we going to do? We're all educators. How can we deal with this catalog of animals and places?
Pictures of the animals.
Right, we could do pictures, yeah. but I don't have any pictures. So what can I do to help you? I didn't come prepared with words or anything. I just brought my ukulele. How can I help you with this catalog?
Can you write the animals?
Sure. No, why not?
Maybe.
So, Trippa Chopachoni is up and down. See, I gotta go through the song to remember myself. The pigs are in the bean patch. The cows are in the clover. Where are the ducks? Do you remember?
The water place.
Right, isn't that fun? The water place. Right? Does anybody remember where the calf is?
The long
High grass.
The long grass.
Long grass.
Yeah, see, you're actually starting to remember. And maybe the song has something to do with that. Maybe the way we did the song has something to do with that. But there they are, sure. All right, so I've written them up here. I have no expectation that you're going to memorize them just because I've written them up here. But maybe if we sing the song and you have them in front of you, it might help. You ready? And of course, I haven't written the beginning and the ending, but you know that. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Trippa-choppa-chon, yes, up and down and over. The pigs are in the bean patch, the cows are in the clover. The ducks are in the water place, the calf is in the long grass. So big my baby is, Papa J-Von. Very nice, very nice. Some things I think of when I'm trying to remember is things like pigs and bean patch, cows and clover, calf has an L in it, long grass, little games I can play. This is how I memorize these words because I have a terrible short-term memory and it's only until it gets in the long term that it's any good. So I need these tricks. Ducks, water place, that's just easy, that's fun. So I won't make you sing this song again, but I did want to talk to you about some other songs. I asked you a question about getting the children to learn how to count 1 to 9. It amuses me that nobody suggested a song. Nobody suggested it. Isn't that funny? Music teachers. But yet, of course, there is a song. And the song I teach my children that I sing at the end of every class is called By and By. It's not often done, but I learned it, I forget where I learned it, probably at Georgia State. And the song goes like this. By and by, by and by. Do you know this one? Stars shining, number 1, number 2, number 3, oh my. By and by, oh my. By and by, by and by, by and by. Stars shining, number 4, number 5, number 6, oh my. By and by, oh my. By and by. By and by, stars shining, number 7, number 8, number 9, oh my. By and by, oh my. By and by. It's a very nice song for counting. I won't make you learn it, but I'm happy to share it with you later. Is there anything else this song is good for besides teaching the children how to count from 1 to 9?
Or, to me, it's always been about mood and, calming down.
Oh, great. So there's something tangible you could say to parents. This is a song you could calm your children down with. Okay, let's sing our By and By song. That's a great idea, yes. What about parents who are really, really concerned that their children are spending too much time singing songs and not enough time learning the alphabet or that kind of thing? What could you say to them? Is there anything cognitively useful in this song? Do you sense that there's something cognitively useful in this song? Are you able to articulate what it is?
Well, you're repeating the same verse.
That's true. There's a repetition involved. How many times do we repeat the verse? How many times is the song melody repeated?
3.
3. Mm-hmm. The song breaks up the numbers into 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What does that teach the children? Not necessarily explicitly, but implicitly. It does. And what does counting by 3s mean? What is that in math terms?
Multiplication.
Or, that's right,
Division.
division. You've just divided the numbers 1 through 9 into 3 groups. right? Not only do the children have to know the numbers in order, but they have to divide them into groups of 3. So you've just taught the children the foundations of division in this song. And I have 2-year-olds who can sing this song. Wow, 2-year-olds just learned how to do division. That's pretty cool. And did we have to sit them down and draw this symbol in front of them? Say, children, time to divide. No, we just taught them a song, right? And they might get excited and they might say, well, what if we did 4s instead of 3s? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Then they're learning multiplication. Because how high will the numbers go if I do it 3 times? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're setting them up for multiplication too, right? Pretty cool, yeah? Now how do we know they've actually learned division? Because I'm talking big here, right? How do we know they've actually learned it and they're not just parroting me? Can they sing the song if they don't know how to do it? You can't sing this song unless you know how to divide by 3. Singing the song is the act of division. They've just demonstrated. And get this, they can teach it to each other. You can imagine a 3-year-old teaching this to another 3-year-old, right? So then they're teaching division. If they can teach another child the song, they have to know it well enough to understand. No, these numbers come first. Yes, they are learning division. You ready for an even bigger mind blower? Here's another song. You ever heard of Bingo? Let's sing it. There was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Okay, that's enough for now. We'll sing the whole song later if you want. But what are they learning in this song? Spelling, absolutely. How to spell bingo.
Audiation.
What about the parents that say, well, they could do that by listening to Baby Shark? What's special about bingo that Baby Shark doesn't have? Okay.
When you have to pull, when you start taking the letters away.
When you start taking the letters away, bingo is a very active song. You really have to think. You have to take a letter away and replace it with a clap, and then 2 claps. What is that? What are we teaching? What's it?
Separating the word into syllables.
That's true. There's the syllable. All right. This may freak some of you out, especially if you hate math. Because can everybody solve this equation? What's x?
1.
Good. Nobody's too freaked out by algebra. Right. X is 1. Right? So, simple algebra. Still, this is the kind of stuff that 7th graders struggle with. They don't like x. It freaks them out. Bingo has 5 letters. X is how many claps at any given moment. When we go down to Ingo, we have 4 letters. That's 5 minus how many claps? 3 letters, that's 5 minus how many claps? Right? So believe it or not, Bingo is setting a 2-year-old up for algebra. Can you believe it? Yeah. So if a parent ever asks you, what's the point of the music program? You can tell them, well, I'm making sure that when they get to 7th grade, they've got algebra in their bones. Because children who don't sing this song miss out on this fundamental learning somehow, right? I mean, they're not just, like I said, they're not just learning the song, they're teaching it to each other. They're playing games with it, and they're creating variations on their own. They're in their room going, there was a farmer, had a dog, and Pal was his name, oh, P-A-L. They're doing that on their own, it's going. So, wow, you know? So do I have to teach a song called Johnny Added 3 plus 4? No. In fact, I don't think it's better if I do. The song is there, right there. Now, is this why we teach music? Do we teach music for math? No. Music is there because music is important to us. It's a part of who we are. There are much better reasons to teach music than to teach math. We're not helping math teachers or substituting for English teachers. The point is that just by being music teachers, just doing what we do, we are providing powerful basic ideas that the math teachers and the English teachers and all the other teachers are going to need their kids to have in there. With us gone, those teachers have to find a way to put that stuff in the kids themselves. And they often don't know how to do that because they're not music teachers, right? We are the ones, not just us, of course, the art teachers also, the PE teachers, we're the ones putting the basic info in the kids' heads through these play activities. Children have been learning by play for lots and lots of generations, and it's only as the play's begun to vanish that people are panicking and finding, oh, we've got to explicitly teach this because they don't know how to read and write anymore. They're not interested in learning anymore. The music's all gone, so they don't have any foundation for it, right? All they know how to do is watch a screen at this point. So, as music teachers, it's important that we be able to communicate that play-based activities like ours are essential for everything that everybody wants to do. And they don't need to be doctored, they don't need to be messed with, they don't need to be changed. Just let them sing, and they will have what they need for everything else. So this is the end of part 1. Would you like to sing our song one more time before we end? And as we're singing the song, maybe be thinking, what's this song got in it? You know, what could you say is valuable about this song that children might be benefiting from? Ready? Go. Trip-a-trop-a-tronies, up and down and over. The pigs are in the bean patch, the cows are in the clover. The ducks are in the water place, the calf is in the long grass. So big my baby is Papa Java. What have you gained from learning this song? What's changed in your brain as a result of knowing this song? We're going to take 5 minutes. Oh, you had an answer?
Well, I was just gonna say, I learned a new song.
Yeah, right, and then that's pretty much it, right?
A new song.
Everything that the new song can give you doesn't even need to be talked about, really. But I find that we have to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, people really don't get it. But no, we shouldn't have to talk about it. We learned a new song, and all that stuff's just in there, and it's going to change you no matter what. So let's take 5 minutes to relax and debrief, and then Teresa's going to continue to talk explicitly about what the Reggio approach is